Hi, this video is going to explore how the rote piano piece, I Love Coffee, I Love Tea, can teach you all about the most powerful chord progression in music, the 2-5-1 chord progression. First, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have all kinds of fun tutorials and performances of the pieces I compose, and you can follow my blog, and that's where you can pick up free printable sheets that will help you with this tutorial video. My blog is called Rebecca Maxner, and you can Google me and find me there. So first we're going to talk a little bit about chord progressions in general in the key of C, just to keep it simple at first. So in the key of C, you can build a chord on every note of the C scale. Chord 1, chord 2, chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, chord 6, chord 7, and back to chord 1. Now, there are 3 chords in the key of C that are major, and that chord 1, the C chord is major, chord 4, the F chord is major, and chord 5, the G chord is major. There are also 3 minor chords in the key of C. Chord 2, the D minor chord, chord 3, the E minor chord, and chord 6, the A minor chord. And there's one chord left over, and that is the diminished chord on B that we're not going to talk about much in this tutorial. So normally in a major key, chord 2 is minor. And so what the chord progression we're talking about in this tutorial is the 2-5-1 chord progression, and normally 2 is minor. So that would sound like this. That's 2-5-1, and normally it's minor chord 2 to major chord 5 to major chord C. Chord 1 on C. But if you want to make the chord progression even stronger, what you can do is make chord 2 a major chord. And you do that by raising the third of the chord with an F sharp, and that sounds like this. So major chord 2, major chord 5 to major chord 1. That is the strongest chord progression in all of music. Now we're going to do this in the key of G flat, because this is the key that I Love Coffee, I Love Tea is actually in. So first we're going to talk about what keys on the piano are actually in the key of G flat, because it's actually kind of simple, even though this is a key that most people don't play very often. So if you want to play in the key of G flat, you use all 5 black keys, and you use the white keys that flank the set of 3 black keys. So you use 3 black keys plus these 2 white keys and these 2 black keys. Now, when you play the key of G flat, you actually start on G flat, but I just wanted you to have this picture, this image in your mind so that you remember where the white keys are when you play G flat. Now, what we're going to do is play the chords on these keys. So we have major chord 1, G flat, minor chord 2, A flat, minor chord 3, B flat, major chord 4, which is a C flat chord. C flat is a white key. How cool is that? And then we have a major chord 5, which is D flat, a minor chord 6 on E flat, a diminished chord 7 on F, and then back to the major chord 1 on G flat. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these chord progressions now and play them in the key of G flat. And if you want to have a little more guidance on this, these are printed out on the free printable. And so let's just take that. We're going to play, first we're going to go from chord 1, chord 2, chord 5, and chord 1. So when we did it that time, chord 2 is minor because chord 2 is normally minor in every key. But remember that we're playing we're playing this because of I love coffee, I love tea, and in this, chord 2 is major because we're making it the strongest chord progression. So there we have a major chord 2. We've taken the third that's normally right next to that black key and raised it to a major chord 2, and then major chord 5, and then major chord 1. So this is the chord progression we're going for. Now we're going to take it just one step further, and this is also on the free printable, and we're going to experiment with the circle of fifths in the key of G flat. So in the key of G flat, what we do is we're going to turn every chord into a 5 chord of the next chord. So this is why it's called the circle of fifths, because every chord becomes like a dominant chord. You need to go to the blog post to find out more what all this means, and I'm trying to keep this short. But what I'm going to do is we're going to go from G flat we're going to turn G flat into the 5 of C flat. We're going to turn C flat into the 5 of F. We're going to turn F into the 5 of B flat. We're going to turn B flat into the 5 of E flat. We're going to turn E flat into the 5 of A flat. And we're going to turn A flat into the 5 of D flat. And we're going to turn, D flat is the 5 of G flat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the same thing that we did with the 2 chord, and we're going to turn some of these minor chords into major chords, because we know now that we can make the chord progression even stronger by making some of these minor chords major. So we're going to play this exact same chord progression, but turn some of them minor. So here we go. G flat, 5 of C flat, 5 of F, 5 of B flat. This is a minor chord, so we're going to turn it major, and then that is 5 of E flat, and E flat can be 5 of A flat, and we're going to make that major 5 of D flat, and D flat is 5 of G flat. So now you can see how you can make a chord progression even stronger by making a minor chord major, and how the circle of fifths is so magic. Remember to subscribe to YouTube. Remember to find my blog, which is Rebecca Maxner. Remember to grab your free printable e-sheet, and I hope to see you around on the internet. Take care. Bye.